The Queen is returning to Scotland today to carry out several visits and meetings across Edinburgh, Glasgow and Stirling. During this week packed with events, the monarch will undertake a range of engagements celebrating Scottish community, innovation and history, Buckingham Palace said. During her tour of Scotland, Her Majesty will not be alone. Today, she will be joined by her grandson and heir Prince William, who toured Scotland in May. On Wednesday and Thursday, the Queen will be in the company of her daughter Princess Anne, who supports several charities and organisations in Scotland. The monarch's visit north of the border will finish on July 1. While in Scotland, the 95-year-old monarch is set to speak to business owners, charity leaders and staff at cultural institutions that highlight the pioneering work taking place to further community engagement, education and technology in these cities. She will also hear more about Scotland's efforts to combat climate change. But she may also use her soft diplomatic power, as First Minister Nicola Sturgeon continues to back a second referendum on the independence of Scotland. NowExpress.co.uk is asking its readers whether they think the Queen can be Mr. Johnson's secret weapon north of the border. Join the debate in the comment section here. The Queen's visit to Scotland comes as tensions between Edinburgh and London reached a new high. Last week, Ms. Sturgeon accused Michael Gove of sneering, arrogant condescension after the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster said there would not be a second referendum on Scotland's independence before the 2024 general election. Ms. Sturgeon also said Mr. Gove's remarks would just increase the support for an independent Scotland. However, over the weekend, the Scottish First Minister suffered a blow after a panel-based poll carried out for the Sunday Times found a majority of Scots want to remain part of the UK. In April, the majority of the Scots polled were in favour of splitting the Union. Professor Sir John Curtis of Strathclyde University warned the results indicated a cooling of the independence ardour since the Holyrood elections last month. Holyrood Week normally takes place between the last week of June and the 1st of July. During this period, Her Majesty takes residence at the Palace of Holyrood in Edinburgh. Her arrival is traditionally marked by the ceremony of the keys at the palace. The Queen usually hosts an investiture ceremony and a garden party while in Scotland, but it is unlikely she will be able to do so this year due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. In the run-up to her arrival, the royal family's official Twitter account shared an insight into how deeply connected the Queen is to Scotland. A series of tweets read, "Her Majesty is connected to Scotland by ancestry and deeply held affection." As well as spending family summers at Balmoral Castle, the Queen has visited almost every area of Scotland from the Outer Hebrides to Dumfries, meeting Scots from all walks of life. In her speech marking the 20th anniversary of Scottish Parliament, the Queen remarked, "I have noted on previous occasions my great affection for Scotland, and the many happy and personal connections I enjoy with this wonderful country." The Queen traditionally spends a few weeks in Balmoral between the late summer and early autumn. While last year she could not travel to Scotland for her Holyrood Week due to the pandemic, she travelled north of the border with Prince Philip in early August for their holidays.